Hi everyone, it's Jinrong with Xinhua News Agency. Now I'm at the Siberian Tiger Park in Harbin, northeast China's Heilongjiang province. Over the past decades, China has been trying to save the Amur tigers, also known as Siberian tigers. And today we are going to explore the park, where around 300 Amur tigers are living here, and let's see how the efforts are paying off in northeast China. Here now we are going to enter the visitor center and go to the place to take the bus. So today we are going to visit the free range area first, and then we are going to visit the Saving and Conservation Center. And we can also see there is a stall here selling different kinds of souvenirs. It includes very cute tiger dolls, bags, hats, and other kinds of decorates. You can't resist it. And you may have noticed that the one I wear is one of the souvenirs. I bought it the last time I visited here. And we also have two friends who have already waited for us in front of the bus. So, yeah, let's go and check it out. And our two friends are waiting for us already. Hi, how are you guys today?
Fine, and you, Jinrong?
Yeah, very good, thank you. And this is Dr. Gu, an expert on tiger protection.
Hi, I'm Gu Jiaying from Northeast First University.
And also our friend Daniel as well.
Hello, I'm Daniel Page. I'm from South Africa and I'm an English teacher here in Harbin. I'm so excited to be here. Let's go see those big tigers.
Yeah, okay, let's go. First.
Thank you. No, ladies first.
Okay, thank you.
Right here.
So let's go. So Daniel, have you ever seen tigers in South Africa?
Only in conservations and in the zoos. Yeah.
Have you ever been to the park before, this park?
This will be my first time. I've heard about this quite a bit from my friends, and I've always wanted to come here, so I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
It's a bumpy ride.
Yeah. So do you think what's the difference between Amur tigers and other kind of tigers?
Well, the tigers that I've seen before, they seem a lot more smaller. These tigers seem a lot more fatter and larger compared to the ones that I've seen before.
I suppose that's because the weather here is so much colder.
Yes. Amur tiger is the largest subspecies among these tigers, such as South China tiger or the Bengal tiger. Our Amur tiger is biggest. Okay, and they have very beautiful fur, and especially in winter, they're thicker than other species, their fur. And like our people's spring fingers, there are no two tigers have the same bright fur.
Wow, that is so beautiful. That's really beautiful.
This seems so lazy.
Yeah.
Barely move.
Seems like a cat that you can keep at home, huh?
Yeah.
There.
Wow, their colors are gorgeous.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that cat. He looks so calm and peaceful.
Also, their belly is white,
Yeah.
and they seem like not scared of us.
Yeah, they seem very tame.
Yeah.
Very tame.
So are tigers usually fight with each other?
In the wild, no, because they live single, except the mating season. In mating season, maybe the males to find females, but in other time, they live alone.
Wow, look at that too. They look so peaceful. They might be family, huh? I'm sure most of these tigers are family.
No. In the same area, they are same age.
Right.
They don't put different age.
That's for the breeding?
Together. No, it's if we do like that, it's not easier for them to fight, I think.
Okay.
Maybe. When they are young, they live together, and now they live together. It's okay for them.
Wow, look at this one. He's coming right at us. That is so beautiful.
I don't dare to see straight to their eyes.
You don't want to look straight into their eyes?
Yeah.
So scary.
Yeah, so scary.
Nice cold water.
So can tigers swim?
Yes, they are good swimmers. Because in the border between China and Russia, many areas there are river.
Right.
So tiger usually need to swim across the river. So they are good swimmers.
Why would a large predator like this be endangered, and why would they need protection?
Due to their habitat destruction and human hunting, the number of Amur tigers was once reduced to less than 20 by the end of the 20th century. According to a joint survey conducted by China, Russia, and the United States in 1998, there were only 12 to 16 wild tigers in China. But now they are so little, their population is so little, so we need to protect them.
Right. And how about now? So are the numbers rising again?
Yes. The latest data show that the population of white tigers in the northeast China Tiger and Leopard National Park, which sits in the northeast China's Jilin and Heilongjiang province, has exceeded 50.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So that's definitely progress.
Yeah.
That's definitely progress.
It's really are paying off.
That's amazing.
So why do we need to protect the Amur tigers?
Because in the forest, tigers are the top predators. They have a great effect on maintaining the food chain and ecological balance. So protecting Amur tigers is of great importance in ecological restoration and biodiversity protection.
Crows, right?
Yes.
Crows.
They're like an ecosystem.
They're part of the ecosystem. You need scavengers to clean up everywhere.
Also the part of the food chain.
Yeah, luckily the tigers are at the top, huh?
So to protect this iconic creature, how to restore the habitat for tigers?
In order to improve tiger conservation, we have established the nature reserves, enhancing habitat patrol and monitoring. For example, do you remember the Northeast China Tiger and Leopard National Park I mentioned before? To restore the habitat of white tiger and leopards, China has proposed 14,000 kilometer squares national park, which was on trial in 2017 and officially established last year. The Northeast China Tiger and the Leopard National Park makes migration easier for wild animals.
So any specific measures to support wild tiger conservation?
We deploy high-tech solutions like the network of 24 hours cameras, providing distribution information about tigers. Volunteers and researchers also remove snails used to catch deer and boar because they are tigers' prey. We also create a tiger corridor along the China-Russia border to connect fragmented habitats.
So China really has done a lot of work.
Of course, that is. I haven't seen any other country. Well, basically in South Africa, the people don't do so much. In South Africa, we mostly use anti-poaching as a countermeasurement to protect our endangered species, such as the rhino. But I see here in China they have a much wider spectrum of conservation. Like creating the tiger corridor and creating new habitats for the tiger, expanding the habitats. It must consume a lot of manpower, and a lot of resources. I'm sure this must cost a fortune. Where does all the funding come from?
I think most funding comes from the government,
Right.
and maybe some are from the associations of tiger protection, or some like rich people. They are willing to donate some money in the tiger conservation.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah.
In my experience in South Africa, most of these kind of conservations are privately done and privately funded. So, having the support of the government makes a huge difference. That is really impressive.
Yeah. It's also like really tough. It's a long time project, and you need to invest, continue investing.
Of course.
Yes, and maybe like over decades, you can see some results.
Right, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I suppose you have to save the tigers for the next generation to see.
Yeah. But it's totally worth it.
Of course. It's also protecting the ecosystem.
Yeah. So now is the end of the tour journey, and we are going to enter the Saving and the Conservation Center. Okay, let's go.
After you.
So that's the Saving and the Conservation Center of the National Tiger and Leopard Park. And we are going to interview Liu Dan, the chief engineer of the Siberian Tiger Park, about the efforts they have made. So Mr. Liu is in the center, so let's go and say hi to him. Hey, 刘总你好，刘总你好。
你好，你好。请进看看，这是我们给老虎做手术的一个手术室。
This is our friend Daniel， 这是我们的这个外国嘉宾 Daniel。
你好
Nice to meet you.
你好
Nice to meet you.
就是关于这个野化训练，你能简单的给我们介绍一下吗？Could you give us more detail about Rewild program？
我们知道，就是我现在的所有的老虎，不是说所有的老虎今后都可以放到野外。那么这里主要考虑一个老虎的一个基因的问题，比如说我们是东北虎的亚种嘛，要考虑它基因的纯正性，是吧？另外一个健康状况，另外还有一些野性的恢复，有很多的指标来评估这样的老虎的个体是否能作为演化为目的的这样的个体的进行更高级的训练。所以说我们在我们整个种群来讲呢，要建立一个核心的种群。核心种群就首先一个要基因优秀，身体状况呢要健康，是吧？没有任何的这种疾病。然后呢，在这群核心种群里面再选出优秀的个体。什么样的优秀呢？就是野性能力强的，就是适应野外生活的能力强的个体，我们才作为下一步更高级的训练呢，然后作为一个种源。因为我们知道老虎之间呢也有很大的差别，个体的能力的大小，是吧？领地的大小等等等等，都局限于老虎的今后能否真正的放归，有很多因素。
So most tigers are captive breeding, and we would choose the outstanding and the healthiest one for the wild training. It includes mating, breeding, and hunting in a near natural environment. And when they pass our health assessment, then we will release them to the wild.
Right. And how do they monitor these tigers in the wild? How do they keep track of where the tigers go to? And how do they monitor them?
那像这种就是野外的这种老虎，我们怎么去进行一个跟踪呢？或者像之前就是比如救助然后放归到野外的这种老虎，怎么监测？
这包括我们进行的下一步更高级的这个野化工程的时候，就需要对老虎进行这种智能的这种监测，啊，比如说这个智能监测的系统，特别是就是像卫星定位项圈儿，啊，包括我们去年救护的完达山1号。那么我们在重新放归之前，要给它佩戴卫星项圈，那么就是整个的全天候的来跟踪老虎在野外的生活状态、生活的范围啊，是否正常啊，包括它的足迹和运动的领地啊。
The tigers we've rescued before, when we release them to the wild, we would equip them with a collar that which can track them and monitor them like a GPS collar.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
so
very
it's
interesting.
Quite, yeah, it's like the high technology,
Of course.
and their moves and their like all information would be recorded.
Right.
So that it's also very important for the rewild program and also important for the research.
Okay, wow, that's very interesting. Has it ever happened that he lost a tiger that was being tracked that they couldn't find?
像以前会有过这种，就是我们监测的这些老虎，然后找不到它的这种情况。
有啊，比如监测像卫星定位项圈，它的使用寿命就2-3年，啊，到2-3年以后啊，它的电池啊就没供不上电了，然后项圈会自然脱落，啊，脱落以后你就监测不到它的足迹了，跟踪不了它的这迹象，是吧？所以说，在监测它这个在项圈这个时间内，2到3年这个时间内呢，是要严密的这个监控它的活动范围的。
Yes, it happened before because the GPS collar it can just last about 2 or 3 years.
Right.
So after if the tiger lost it, and we would can't monitor it.
Of course.
So these 2 or 3 years are very important, and we would like get the best to use this data.
As much information as possible.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I never knew that. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
3 years. That's quite a long time.
Yeah.
Wow, that battery must be very strong.
对，他觉得这个电池已经很久了，能够坚持2到3年。
是的。
Yeah, there's no chargers in the wild, hey?
这个是这个无人机吗？
对。
这个看上去跟就是普通的这个不太一样哈。
我们在这个无人机下面又做了一个吊箱，做这个吊箱呢，这个是主要是训练老虎的这个捕食的这种技能，因为我们知道老虎放到大的散放区以后呢是很难靠近的啊。然后呢，这个吊箱呢可以装上一个小的这个猎物啊，你比如像这个野鸡啊、野兔啊，然后呢就用这些小动物呢来吸引训练老虎的这种野性。
这也是咱们野化训练的一部分吗？
对的啊，因为过去我们知道刚开始进行训练的时候，我们用家畜啊、家禽这种训练，但是这不是老虎真正的食物，是吧？所以说要想使老虎真正能够捕猎野外的食物，那得用野外的猎物来训练它。
So this drill, you can see there is a feeding box. We can put some like chickens or rabbits in it and give it to the tigers in the park. It also can be used for rewild training.
Right.
It's like we can put the not just livestock, but some animals like from the wild.
Right.
So the wild tigers, they need wild food.
Do you need special training to use something like this?
这个需要就是经过特殊训练才能用这个。
对，这个需要改装。然后呢，不仅是一个投放这个猎物的一个投放这个悬挂箱，我们看到这还有一个镜头啊。这个镜头呢，它可以这个完全掌控这个老虎啊，包括猎物的活动情况啊，都可以监测。包括就是在密林当中啊，因为它本身是具有这个远红外线跟热感应的这种功能的。所以说在树的这个树冠之上呢，也可以探索到老虎的踪迹、猎物的踪迹。
Yes, this has been like transformed, and you can see there is a camera here.
Right.
Yeah. So it can capture tigers' moves and their all activities.
Right.
Even if like some tigers they on the trees, it can be catched by this camera.
Wow, technology these days are amazing, huh?
Yeah.
Just imagine like 20 years ago how people actually tracked the tigers. That must have been very difficult
Yeah.
without equipment like this.
Yes. 就是20年前，就是这种技术肯定是不可以实现的。
哦，对，那时候技术还达不到，所以说现在我们包括野外监测啊、跟踪监测，现在的技术手段都是很先进的了啊，就是可以在完全无人的这个控制之下呢，掌控这个老虎的这个运动轨迹。
Yes, even the wild monitoring like
Right.
progressed a lot these days.
Of
And
course.
we can even have the like nobody in the wild, and we can still monitor tigers' activity.
That's fantastic. It can make one person's job much easier instead of having 5 or 6 people doing one person's. You can have one person doing a lot more.
Yes, absolutely. 就是现在可以就是节省很多人力。
是的。
但就是里面的这些。
我们看这是一个手术室啊，手术室，这是我们也是经过后期的改造啊，后期改造。那么因为经过这么多年呢，我们对于老虎啊，包括大型猫科动物呢，救护了这个好多啊，因为就是我们知道这老虎在野外也会受伤，是吧？这样的话呢，就是我们被发现了以后啊，就是运到我们这个基地呢进行手术啊、治疗啊等等这项工作。
Yes, this is our operation room. We have many different medical facilities, and we can rescue the wild tigers which are injured. We can also do surgeries here. 这个就是也可以给老虎进行一些体检和检查的工作。
啊，对呀，这是专门提供给老虎的这个体检呐、医疗救治啊这些。
This can also provide tigers for their physical examination and comprehensive diagnosis, including the normal bacteria and virus detection.
Right. This really looks like a hospital.
So thank you, Mr. Liu. Thank you for today's explanation. 谢谢您，刘工。谢谢您今天讲解。
Thank you very much. Thank you.
欢迎以后再来。
Welcome to come next week.
Wait, let me open the door.
I can.
Thank you.
So how do you feel about today's journey?
Well, there is so much. I've learned so much today about the conservation here in China. And, if I have to think about back in South Africa, the way that people are going about doing, conserving or keeping the animals safe. And compared to China, in South Africa, everything is very private and privately funded and costs a lot of money. Where here in China, you have a lot of support from the government, which makes a world's difference, because everything costs a lot of money. Operation rooms like this, with a technology like the drone and monitoring devices and people to actually do these operations. That all takes a lot of time and money.
Yes.
And without the correct support, it's nearly impossible. And you can't get the right kind of people and the right kind of technology to support you to do this kind of work, to take on these kind of projects. So the way that China is doing it is just, it makes a world's difference. And every day, the people who's doing it, they work. It just makes it work so much easier and more enjoyable to do it as well. I think a lot of countries can make use of this kind of ways that China is doing it. It just makes more sense. Other countries can learn more from the way that China is approaching the situation.
Yes, and we can do have more corporations.
Of course, you can't just always rely on private funding. It's just impossible. It just costs too much money.
Yes.
The government needs to get involved in projects like this. It's all about preserving these animals for the next generation to see as well, and it's also about preserving the ecosystem. Without the tigers, the ecosystem will collapse. You need the tigers. It's the predator on top of the food chain. Without it, there will just be too many other animals and the whole food chain will collapse. It just doesn't make sense just to let them go extinct.
Yes.
It just doesn't make sense. It's amazing to see what China is doing it to preserve the tigers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not only good for China, but also can benefit the whole world.
Of course, yeah.
So will you come here again, like with your family or your friends?
Of course, when it snows, I want to see these tigers in the snow. I think they will look amazing, so I'm definitely in for that. I will definitely come when it snows.
Yeah, and you can also introduce the knowledge you have learned today.
Of course.
Like a tiger expert.
I'll be the tour guide next time.
Yeah. So we are about to wrap up today's Xinhua Live, and thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.